my gosh, I just got tickets to the Cowboy Carter tour. It's in exactly 1 week. This was a solo ticket, and I think whoever is selling either was going alone or maybe they were part of a group, who knows, but it's harder to sell one ticket than it is to sell like two, like a pair. Most people go to concerts in pairs, so or in a bigger group. Very few people go by themselves, and so these tickets were like at cost, maybe even slightly cheaper, and they're club tickets, so they're in the Delta Sky Club and at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And on top of that, they're not too far. It's like row 11 in the 100 section. So it's not floor, but I think it's going to be a really good view. I'm so excited. I don't even have my outfit yet. My diet was supposed to start months ago. There has been no diet. I've gained weight. I don't care. I'm going to see Beyonce. Happy Cowboy Carter Day. I am so excited. This week has been kind of rough with just so many, I feel like I've had obligations on obligations and work and other things going on. I feel like I haven't really internalized the fact that I'm going. Went to get my hair done yesterday, which I kind of wish I did it a few days ago, because anyone who's done braids, or sometimes, maybe you can relate, but like sometimes the first day or two after you get your braids done, you don't love how it looks, but once they've settled, they really fit. So I'm not there yet, but it's fine. I'll figure it out. We'll do something with it. But today's the day. I don't even know what I'm wearing. I have a few contenders, but we need to figure that out now so that I can shower and start getting ready. I've been working all day, so it's nice to kind of, you know, look forward to this. I'm kind of worried though, it's raining, but I'm gonna go see Beyonce at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they have a roof and air conditioning, so it's not gonna feel like 60 degrees in there, but it might feel like, you know, room temperature, or like 75 degrees when outside feels like 80 something degrees. So that's always something good to look forward to. But I don't know, I'm just really excited, guys. I'm gonna like sit down and chat with you. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm obsessed with Beyonce. I even have a video where I watched the opening night of the entire tour when she was in LA. I watched someone's live stream and vlogged about it. It was part of a vlog. You know, a casual fan doesn't do that. But I don't know. I love Beyonce, and I love watching her. And I know that every time I see her, it inspires me to be great at what I do and what I want to, and think about what I want to put out into the world. And so I can't wait to feel that way when I come back. I don't even think I've talked about kind of like why I love Beyonce, but I just remember just loving the music always. Loved Destiny's Child. I just loved the songs, loved the dancing. I would learn all of the choreography, but I think when I was in college, I remember one of my first exams at MIT, I did poorly on, and I mean, that's a rite of passage, to be honest, but it was just so below like my expectations. And I was just so sad about it because I'd never gotten such a low score in my life before. Problems with being an overachiever, I guess, at a young age. And I remember just feeling just down on myself, and I remember going back to my dorm room and watching Beyonce's Live at Roseland. And that's when she talks about kind of like her trials and tribulations, how she met so many people at like record labels who basically were like, you don't have one single on this album, like her first solo album. And I remember her saying, they were right, I didn't have one, I had 5 or something like that. And it just talks about like her ups and downs, and how it wasn't just like a straight and narrow path to the Beyonce we know now. Like, she's had to reinvent herself, and she talks about that a lot too. And so it's just like really inspirational, and yeah, it's just one of the reasons why I'm obsessed with her. And I love this album. I would say like it's a great album, and it's country her way. She's a country girl. It's gonna be a different vibe from Renaissance. I think Renaissance is probably I think it's my favorite album right now of Beyonce's. And I love Cowboy Carter, but I don't feel the same way as I do with Renaissance. But I love that she's bringing Renaissance back and is gonna perform some of those songs too. So I'm just so excited. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I need to pick it out, and I literally have 5 minutes to pick it out before I have to start getting ready and head to the concert. I made a decision to drive, which I don't know if it was a good decision or not. I've taken public transportation before. I've Ubered there before. Even though I have a parking pass, but I'm just worried about parking. And then also, I know I would be stuck in traffic coming back versus getting straight on the MARTA, which is like the public transportation in Atlanta that no one really uses except for, let me not say no one really uses. I grew up in a part of Georgia that does not have access to MARTA, and MARTA is it's a very political thing here, like their expansion or lack of expansion. So it's not as helpful as it is in other cities where, like in New York, you can go from Manhattan to exurbs in New York and New Jersey, and that doesn't really exist here. Okay, let me not rant about MARTA, but I have a few options in terms of how to get there. I'm just not sure yet. It might be game time. I was worried about coming back since it's going to be really late, and I'm going alone. Another thing I don't think I mentioned, I'm going solo. This is not the first time I've gone to a Beyonce concert by myself. I've done it with friends. I've done it by myself. Great time either way. You'll meet people. It doesn't even matter. My mom was like, can you find someone to go with? I'm like, no. One thing I've learned is I'm not waiting for people to become fans of Beyonce. I know which friends of mine are willing to go to Beyonce and willing to spend a little extra to not be in like the nosebleeds, which honestly, if today goes well, I might get nosebleeds for tomorrow. But first, let me show you the outfit options. Sorry, it's a little messy back here. This is the first option. I actually kind of really like it. You can see my sports bra. Cowboy Carter isn't like the first time I've listened to country. I feel like I got into a few country artists when I started watching the show Yellowstone. And one of the protagonists, Beth, wears a lot of cowboy boots, but she also, you can tell that she has like a very different style. Like she brings in some Western elements, but she's a person who's worked in private equity, so she'll pair them a lot with higher end clothing. And so I feel like that's the look I'm going for. Is a dress that my mom actually gave me. And this is option number 2. I'm gonna be honest, I prefer the first option because it just gives me more summer carefree vibes. I love this dress. I just don't think this is the time for it. Okay, we have done the makeup. We've put on the outfit. Shoes are here, and we're gonna go now. So next time you see me, I will be switching my vlogging camera because I'm too nervous for them to take this camera. I think it's too big. It might be too big, subject to interpretation, but I'm so excited. I'm currently in standstill traffic. I'm actually in Georgia Tech territory, and I feel so weird about it, but it's so fun to see all the little students, and I mean, little, I'm sure I passed like a bunch of PhDs, but we're running like an hour behind, but there's insane traffic. We're gonna get there in like 15 minutes, around 5, even though I want to get there by 4. Yikes. Whatever, we'll still have fun. I love an entrepreneur. Someone is selling Beyonce merch. Those two guys are selling Beyonce merch right now. It's honestly very smart because we're a mile out and there's 20 minutes worth of traffic. Like, people are in standstill traffic. I'm sure they could do like a little light walk and like handle the transactions. It makes me feel like I'm in Nigeria again. I'm gonna be honest, I almost feel like, oh, why did I do this? But I would much rather be this delayed in my car listening to Beyonce in air conditioning than underground in the humidity. I made it. I made a wrong turn, or what I thought was a wrong turn because I was so confused, and it added 30 minutes to this, so let's just go. Okay, I need to get something to eat. This was $6. It's 7 o'clock, and guys can probably not hear me, but it's 7 o'clock, and from everything I've seen on social, she's very prompt, so I'm not gonna be caught going to the bathroom and she comes on. Cheers. Starting soon. Boy, we had a time tonight. Tonight was very eventful. I'm gonna start with the traumatic event and then work my way back. So I knew that I was gonna leave at Alien Superstar, which is the final song in that Renaissance trilogy. So I start leaving, I book it. I didn't see anyone else leave in my section, so I was like the first one. I get to the parking garage and there were a couple other people, and I'm not one to dilly-dally. I knew exactly where I parked, and so I start walking, and once I realize where I'm going, I'm walking and walking and walking. I realized that there were a few people like sitting in the parking lot because they were picking someone up and they were just kind of like waiting, especially people who hired a limo driver. And so there's a car running. It was a black SUV, Escalade, who knows. And as I'm walking past, a guy comes out of it and he's like, "Excuse me." Immediately my fight or flight kicks in, and he's like, "Excuse me, are you coming from the Beyonce concert? Is it over?" And as I'm saying, "No, I left early, but it's 15 minutes, it will be over," I start running in like my cowboy boots. Yes, there were some people trickling in, and yes, they had like parking lot police or whatever, but it was fight or flight. And in my mind I was like, here's this guy who could just like throw me in a car. Let me recreate it. He goes, "Is the Beyonce concert over?" And I'm like, "No, but in 10 minutes. Like, I'm running down this parking garage. And on my drive over, I got really excited because I left at the perfect time. There's virtually zero traffic. Like, I got out of there and they had some detours, but I was like making my way downtown. I'm gonna get home in good time. I'm so happy about this. And on the way back, it's pitch black. It was probably like 11, and I'm driving on the highway and I see that there's like a car that's pulled over with a few people like trying to like check on it. Really terrible luck, And as I'm driving, because it's dark, I see something about to like get in front of me, and I realize it's a tire from their car, and I have zero time to swerve. And I don't even know if like swerving would have done anything, because I think it would just like hit me from the side. And so it just like happened that I like had to like go over it. So much could have happened depending on how fast that tire was moving, and it was moving pretty quickly. which is why I literally only caught it as I was about to hit it. So many things could happen. If it hit me at the wrong angle, my car could have toppled, who knows. As I was driving in, the check tire pressure light came on. So I have to deal with that tomorrow. So that's gonna be fun. Before I pass out, oh, you know what? Let me show you what I put in my bag. So this is the bag that I took with me. I'm gonna be honest, I think it's bigger than I needed, but I didn't want to leave it to chance, but now I know what I actually need. The majority of the space in here was taken up by shoes that I did not need. Well, no, it's better to have these than to not. So I have these foldable flats, but it looks good. It's like good quality. So my plan was to switch into these if my shoes got uncomfortable. And honestly, they only got uncomfortable like towards the end, but it wasn't unbearable. And I wanted to change into these so I could make a mad dash for it. But I was just in such a rush that I just didn't want to stop to take off my shoes. I have my fan. Camera. I borrowed this one from my mom, so I have some good footage. The photos I had people take of me just didn't turn out that well. Not my best photo. I brought a poncho, a rain poncho, even though I knew the roof was probably going to be closed because it did drizzle a little bit. I just wanted to make sure that even if there was like any bit of walking and I was going to be exposed to rain, I could protect myself. Didn't use that. And I have this reusable grocery bag. Didn't use this, but I brought it because in case I purchase merch, it could go in here. Or if I removed my cowboy boots to change into my flats, I would put the cowboy boots in here. Either or. Oh, my little Cowboy Carter wristlet. I gave them the light back. People were planning on keeping it, but I know those things don't work as soon as you leave the stadium. So no point in keeping that. And I have my power bank. Came in handy because I think by the time I sat down, I was at like 50% battery, which is crazy. A light. I actually didn't end up using this. Tissues, my shea butter, earplugs, my lipstick, lip balm. Just loose things I didn't want to sift through. And then final thing, my blotting paper. Compact. That is everything that I took. I think I could probably pare this down to like half the size. I had a great time. I need to shower, go to bed because tomorrow I've got to deal with this car. Wish me luck. Love you guys for watching, and if you have been to the Cowboy Carter tour, let me know below and tell me your favorite song on the tour. Anyways, bye.